Hello everyone, welcome everyone. Looking at the condition of the market structure, let's identify our support zone and our resistance zone. But before we're able to identify our support zone and our resistance zone, we need to look at the month market structure, the daily market structure, the 4 hours, the 1 hour, and 30 minutes, just for us to have an idea of what you're anticipating the market to give to us. So let's go to the month market structure. Let's zoom the chart a little bit. Let's see this line. So looking at the condition of the month's market structure, we are in an uptrend. This was last month's candle that created a new all-time high on gold at 5602.42, and this is the recent month's candle, and this recent month's candle is left with 17 days for this candle to close. This candle came down to create a wick, and the body of this candle want to continue to go up to fill this wick over here. So it's very important for us to know what the month market condition is saying against the daily, against the 4 hours and the 1 hour, and then 30 minutes. So since we are in an uptrend, so that means we are anticipating for this recent month candle, the body of this candle to continue to go up to fill this week. And if there is volume in the market, the volume will be able to push the body up for the body to continue to go up like this until it will break the high of this rejection bullish candle, then for it to continue to go up to create a new all-time high on gold. So but for now, we don't need to do anything since this candle is left with 17 days before this candle needs to close. This line indicates the all-time high on gold. This line indicates the low of last month candle that created the all-time high on gold. This line indicates the last previous month candle. So it's very important for us to know when the recent candle or when the recent all-time high is about to be broken. So that's the reason why I was able to put this line, so that we're able to know if this candle wants to continue to go up to break the high of this recent all-time high on gold. So let's go to the daily market structure. So looking at the condition of the daily market structure, we are in a consolidation zone. The reason why I said that we are in a consolidation zone is because we have a resistance over here, and then we have a support zone over here. We also have a support zone over here. So from this resistance zone to this all-time high on gold, as you can see, the range is very close. So if a candle should get to this resistance zone, there's a high probability that the candle will continue to go up to break this recent all-time high to create a new all-time high on gold. So the reason why I say that this daily market structure, we are in a consolidation zone, is because we have a resistance zone over here, we have a support zone over here, we have a support zone. This candle closed with a bullish candle and a bullish candle to break this minor resistance over here. So this recent daily candle is left with 15 hours before this candle needs to close. So this candle is here to break the high of this bullish candle and it's here to break the low of this bullish candle. So from this resistance zone down to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. The only reason why we'll be able to have an uptrend or a downtrend is when we see a bullish candle should close like this, then for the next candle to continue to go up to break this all-time high on gold and form like this, the next candle can give us a bullish candle like this. So it's very important for us to know how the market condition is printing. So for us to anticipate a downtrend is when a bearish candle will have to break this support zone and close like this, for the next candle to break this support zone, for it to continue to come down like this. So the moment we have formation of candles like this, it means the market structure will be in a downtrend. And the moment we have the condition of market like this, it means the market structure will be in an uptrend. But looking at the condition of the recent market structure, we are in a consolidation zone. So we are anticipating for the break of this support zone, this resistance zone, for the candle to break this resistance zone and break the recent all-time high to create a new all-time high on gold. So it's very important for us to know what we want. So let's delete this. Let's delete this. So the daily market structure, we are in a consolidation zone. Let's go to the H4. Let me delete this. Our H4, this place is our support. Then let's adjust the resistance over here. So looking at the condition of the 4 hours market structure, we have a resistance zone over here. We also have a support zone over here. So looking at the condition of the 4 hours market structure, we are in a consolidation zone because we have a resistance zone over here. We have a support zone over here. From this resistance zone to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. We also have a support zone over here and a support zone and a resistance zone. So at the moment, we don't need to do anything. Like I told you guys, that the only reason by which you'll be able to anticipate the market to be in an uptrend or a downtrend, since we have a recent resistance over here, that means we anticipate for a bullish candle to close like this, then for the next candle to continue to go up to break the recent all-time high. Then the moment you have formation of candles like this, for it to continue to go up. Sometimes the candle can as well give you a bearish candle, since the movement of an uptrend is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So that means we are anticipating for this candle to continue to go up. Then the next candle can give us a bearish candle for the candle to continue to come down to create a higher low. For the next one to continue to go up to give us a higher high. So it's very important for us to know what the market condition is saying. So looking at the condition of the 4 hours market structure, we are in a consolidation zone. So we don't need to do anything. Let's delete all this. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. So the 1 hour market structure, we are still in a consolidation zone. Let's adjust this support over here. So we are still in a consolidation zone. That means we are anticipating for the break of this hour resistance zone for the candle to continue to go up. And I want you guys to pay attention to the movement of the candles. Just look at how the body of the candles, they are printing small body, small body, small body, small body, small body. So when you come to the market and then you meet the formation of candles like this, you meet the formation of candles like this, from this place down to this place, see how the body of the candle, they are all printing with a small body. You come to the market, you meet the market condition like this. So when you come to the market and then you meet the market condition like this, you need to ask yourself, why are they printing with a small bodies and a small bodies? The reason why they are printing with a small body is because there is no volume in the market. It's only when you have volume in the market before you see a bearish candle that will give you a form of a candle like this. The next candle will give you a bearish candle like this. The next candle will also give you a bearish candle like this. So, but when there is news in the market, market condition is different. You will see a very strong bearish candle like this, or you see a very strong bullish candle like this. Let me change this color to green. So if there is news in the market, you will see a very strong bullish candle like this. and you see a very strong bearish candle like this. So looking at the condition of the daily market structure, the market condition, it means there is no volume in the market. We don't have volume, because it's only when you have volume before you anticipate to see this type of candle movements that the body will be bigger than the wick. You have a very big body and a big body. Let me show you guys. So looking at the condition of how this market is, as you can see, there is volume in the market that we have a strong bearish candle and a strong bearish candle, a rejection bullish candle, but the body is bigger than how the condition of this market structure is, because you have a big body, big body, big body, big body, big body, big body. So it's very important for us to know what the market structure is saying when we come to the market, so that you'll be able to have an idea when you are anticipating to take a position. So that means there is no volume in the market. So we are anticipating for a bearish candle to close like this. The moment we identify this type of market condition, it means there is volume in the market. For the next one to give us a bearish candle, I understand that this is a bullish candle, but I'm just using it so that you guys be able to understand. So for a bearish candle to close like this with a big body and a big body, it means there is volume in the market. So looking at the condition of the 1 hour market structure, we are in a consolidation zone and there is no volume in the market. So in the next 18 minutes from now, it's London open. So all we need to do is just for us to be patient. We don't need to do anything. Let me delete this so that we'll have a very clear chart. So since we have a resistance zone over here and a support zone over here, from this resistance to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. So all we need to do is just for us to wait. We don't need to do anything. So let's delete all this. Let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. Let me delete this. Or let me adjust this. It's the recent support. Have a support zone. Let me delete this one. Delete this. I will have a very clear chart. Let's adjust this resistance over here. Let's zoom the chart a little bit. Looking at the condition of the 30 minutes market structure, so let's identify our recent resistance and our recent support so that we'll be able to have an idea of what we want the market to give to us. We have a resistance zone over here. We have a support zone over here. So from this resistance zone down to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. So let's move this over here. Then our buyer anticipation, we are anticipating for a bullish candle to break this resistance zone. I understand that we have a resistance zone over here. So, but if there is volume in the market, we'll be able to have a very strong bullish candle that will close like this. Then for the next candle to continue to break the high of this bullish candle to get to this resistance zone over here. So, but if there is volume, the volume will be able to break this resistance zone for the candle to continue to go up like this. And then we are also anticipating for a bearish candle to break this support zone. Let's look at the left hand side. So we have a support zone over here Let's identify this support over here. We have a support zone over here. We have a support and a support. So let's put this here. So that means we are anticipating for a bearish candle to break this support zone, for the candle to continue to come down to fill this week over here. If there is volume in the market, the candle should be able to continue to come down like this, to continue to come down like this, to give us a very strong bearish candle. So it's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. So our buy anticipation is here, and our sell anticipation is here. So let's move this over here. Let's move this over here. So since in the next 30 minutes from now is London open, we don't need to do anything. We are anticipating for the break of our resistance zone and for the break of our support zone. Then we'll be able to anticipate if it is the right time for us to take a position. But looking at the condition of the market structure, we don't need to do anything. Since from this resistance zone to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. So all we need to do is just for us to wait. So all we need to do is just for us to wait. We don't need to do anything. Let's see what the market structure wants to do. I have a wick over here. It's a consolidation zone. It's consolidation market structure. So I have a support over here. So we don't need to do anything. So all we need to do is just for us to be patient, since in the next 12 minutes from now is London open. Let's look at the 15 minutes time frame. I love to look at a different time frame just to have an idea of what the market condition is saying. Let's look at the 5 minutes. Okay, let's go back to 30 minutes. Let's see what the markets want to do. If you guys have a question or you don't understand anything, you can send your message and I will get back to you. So all we need to do is just for us to be patient until this candle needs to close. This candle can decide to close with a bullish candle and get to our resistance zone, or since this candle has created a wick and it has broken the low of this bearish candle over here, this candle can continue to come down to get to this support zone. So but we don't need to do anything. Let's see how this candle will print. If this candle wants to continue to come down to get to our support zone, I will not advise us for us to take a position, because you need to ask yourself, from the high of this candle, it went up to create a wick. From the high of this candle down to our support zone, we are looking at 255 pips. So we don't need to do anything. And from your entering position to your stop loss, you can't set it at 255 pips. You can't do that. So definitely we all have a trading plan. We all know what you're anticipating the market to give to us. So we need to follow our trading plan. We need to follow exactly what the trading plan says. If we have like 300 pips or 200 pips or 100 pips, we must not put our stop loss at 300 pips or 100 pips. We have a trading plan. If your trading plan says, if your entering position is, let me say, your target is like, you're targeting like 300 or 400, and then your stop loss will be like 150 or 200 or 50. You need to follow what your trading plan says. So let me give you guys an example that according to your trading plan, you have a 10K account. Let me see, I'm trying to this. Okay, so let me use this too. So let's say you have a 10K account. You have a 10K account, and then you need to open a position, maybe one or two position in a day. So let me say each position you are supposed to risk like, let me say like 1K each position. And then let me say according to your trading plan, or let me say in a day you are supposed to risk like 1K in a day since you have 10K account. And then maybe your first position that you decide to open, and then you're able to manage your risk. So you're able to maybe lose like 600. That means you have extra 400 left. So sometimes, let me say if a bullish candle should close like this, and then you're anticipating for the next candle to give you a bullish candle for it to continue to go up. Since this candle didn't create a wick, so the beginning of this candle can decide to continue to go up to get to this position, and then you decided to open a position since you are anticipating this candle for it to continue to go up to this resistance zone over here. This candle can decide to come to this place and return back to the opening position and decided to come down to create a wick before the candle wants to continue to go up to get to this resistance zone over here. So if you open a position and then you're able to manage your risk and lose like 600, that means you have like 400 left. Since according to your trading plan, you need to risk like 1K in a day. So you have like 400 left. The moment the body of this candle has created this week, and then the body of this candle should come back to your entering position, you can as well decide to give your trade a second chance, by which you'll be able to anticipate the candle to continue to go up to this resistance zone over here. It's very important for you to know what you want and how you want it. It's very important for you to have a trading plan. This is a must thing. Like, you must have a trading plan. You must have a trading plan. You need to have something that will guide you. It's not just you coming to the market and then for you to gamble your money or for you to just play around with it. No, you want to trade. You know what you want. You have the experience. You have paid attention to the market like several years and everything. So you need to have a trading plan, because your trading plan will definitely guide you. Your trading plan will tell you if it is the right time for you to take a position. So I will always advise everybody that is coming into this industry to have a trading plan. Know what you want. Know exactly what you want before you can decide to take a position. So this candle has broken the low of this bearish candle over here, and I told you guys that if this candle should continue to come down to get to this support zone over here, I will not advise us for us to take a position, because from the high of this candle to our support zone, we are looking at 255 pips, and that's huge. So all we need to do, this candle is left with 6 minutes before this candle needs to close, and in the next 6 minutes from now is London open. We need to wait for this candle to close. If this candle should get to our support zone, don't take a position. Let's wait until the close of this candle. Then let's see what the next candle wants to do. Then we'll be able to anticipate if it is the right time for us to take a position. So we don't need to do anything. So let's wait. In the next 5 minutes time, this candle will close, and in the next 5 minutes time is London open. We don't need to do anything. Let's just watch how this candle wants to close. This candle is left with 3 minutes before this candle will close. And the next 3 minutes time is London open. That means you are expecting volume to come to the market. Let's see how this candle will close. So this candle is about to close. So let's be patient until the close of this candle. That means this candle can decide to close in this consolidation zone. Since from this resistance zone to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. So let's see what the next candle wants to do. Since this is the beginning of London section, it's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. Let's zoom the chart a little bit. Let's see what the candle wants to do. So this candle opened with no wick at the top, and this candle has broken the low of this bearish candle over here. So just like how I explained to you guys that if you decide to open a position and the body of the candle didn't create a lower wick, then the body just decided to go up, and then you open a position since you're anticipating the market to continue to go up. So the candle can get to this position and come back to the entering position and decide to create a wick. The same thing that this candle wants to do. This candle opened with no wick at the top, and then the body of the candle decided to come down to break the low of this bearish candle over here. So it's better for this candle to create a bullish candle, and then for it to continue to come down to create a wick. But since this is the beginning of London section, so let's watch what the market want to do, since we are expecting volume to come to the market. And this candle has broken the low of this bearish candle over here. So that means there is volume in the market for this candle to continue to come down to get to our support zone over here. But we need to ask ourselves, if this candle should decide to come down to our support zone, are we going to take a position? We are looking at 116 pips from the high, from the recent high to our support zone. But this candle wants to continue to go up to create a wick, or the candle wants to go up to create a bullish candle, that it came down to break the low of this bearish candle over here. So it's very important for us to know what the market condition is doing, since this is the beginning of London section. Let's see if this candle wants to continue to go up to create a wick, then for the body of the candle to continue to come down, for it to continue to come down to get to our support zone over here. It's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. So since this candle decided to come down to break the low of this bearish candle over here, then the body of the candle came back to the high, and then this candle want to continue to go up to close with a bullish candle, or the candle want to go up for it to form a bullish candle before the candle will continue to come back down, so that the body of this candle can continue to come down to get to our support zone over here. But we don't need to do anything, since we are expecting the market to give us a good setup. So all we need to do is just for us to be patient. Let's anticipate, let's watch what the market want to do, since the work of a trader, or since our work as a trader is just for us to be patient. We have a trading plan. We know what we want from the market. We know exactly what we are expecting the market to give to us before we'll be able to take a position. So until you're able to identify that thing, you don't have any reason why you need to take a position. Just like how this candle decided to open, since this is London section, and the body of the candle just shut down and then broke the low of this bearish candle over here. And for you don't have a trading plan, or you want to rush simply because this is the beginning of London section, you want to rush and take a position. So you need to ask yourself, where will you put your stop loss, since the body of the candle didn't create a wick. So by looking at the condition on how this candle is printing at the moment, this candle can continue to come down. That means it has created a wick at the top. So it's very important for you to know what you want and how you want it. So let's see how this candle will close. If this candle wants to continue to come down to break our support zone, or if the candle wants to continue to go up to form a bullish candle, then we'll be able to anticipate what we want the market to give to us. Let's see how this candle wants to do. Let's pay attention to the movements of the market. Let's see. You don't need to do anything. So I'm just looking at my order screen just for me to have an idea what you are anticipating the market to give to us and what the other time frame is actually printing. So we don't need to do anything since this is the beginning of this 30 minutes candle and since this is the beginning of London section. So we are anticipating volume to come to the market. Let's see how this candle wants to print. The candle, let me show you guys. This candle opened and then the body of the candle decided to come down to break the low of this bearish candle over here, and the body of the candle decided to come back to the opening position by which the candle wants to continue to go up. So it's very important for us to know what we want. But this candle can decide to come down for this body to create a wick like this. Let me show you guys. For the candle to create a wick like this, let me adjust this body. So for the candle to create a wick like this, by which the body of this candle can continue to come down, since it has broken the low of this bearish candle over here, for it to continue to get to our support zone. So from the high of this candle to our support zone, let's measure from the high of the candle to our support zone. We are looking at 164 pips. But this candle wants to continue to go up. The body of this candle wants to continue to go up. Let's see how this candle wants to close. Let's see. The same thing that is happening here, it was the same thing that I gave you guys an example in this formation of candles over here. So we don't need to do anything. Let's just pay attention to what the market condition is printing at the moment. Then we'll be able to know what you're anticipating the market to give to us. Since this is the beginning of London section, let's wait and see. So I was trying to explain to you guys, if the body, since the body of the candle went up, then for it to, that it can decide to come down to the opening of this candle. And then since this body of the candle has created a wick for it to continue to come down, so which we are trying to measure from the high of this recent candle to our support zone, 164 pips. And I don't think from your trading plan, if your trading plan says from your entering position to your stop loss should be 164 pips, I don't think so. But everybody with how they want to trade, depending on your lot size that you want to use. So, but it's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. But this recent 30 minutes candle, it can continue to come down so that this place will be created as a wick for the body of the candle to continue to come down to get to our support zone. Let's see what this candle wants to do. But just because of how the candle opened, so that's why I'm just kind of anticipating that this is the move of which this candle wants to do. So, but meanwhile, we don't need to do anything. Let's just be patient, since from this resistance zone to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. So the best thing is just for us to wait until we see a bullish candle that will get to our resistance zone, and then until we see a bearish candle that will get to our support zone, we'll be able to anticipate what we want the market to give to us. But for now, we don't need to do anything. Let's see how this recent 30 minutes candle will close, or what this candle wants to do. Let's just watch the market and see how the price action is at the moment. So we don't need to do anything. Let's see how this candle will close. This 30 minutes candle. But the wick of this candle has broken the low of this bearish candle over here. So we don't need to do anything. Let's see if the body of this candle wants to continue to go up to break the high of this bearish candle over here. It's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. We are still in a consolidation zone, so until we are able to see the break of our resistance or the break of our support, then before we can anticipate to take a position. But looking at how the market structure is at this moment, we don't need to do anything. Let's be patient. Since we are anticipating volume to come to the market, so let's see what this recent 30 minutes candle want to do at the moment. Let's enjoy the music. Let's enjoy the music while we anticipate what the market want to give to us. Let's see what this candle wants to do. Let's see, the candle has created a wick. So let's see if the body of this candle wants to reject of this zone, or if the body of this candle wants to continue to get to the high of this recent high, then for it to continue to go up. But this recent 30 minutes has broken the low of this bearish candle over here, so we don't need to do anything. Let's see how this candle wants to do. So just looking at how the market is printing at the moment, just like how I told us that the candle can continue to go up, then for the body of the candle to get to the opening position, for it to continue to come down. So this is a 30 minutes candle, and this 30 minutes candle is left with 7 minutes for this 30 minutes candle to close. And this is the beginning of London section. So it's always good for us to know what the markets want to do. It's always good for us to have an idea what you're anticipating the market to give to us. This candle, the body of this candle decided to go up, but it didn't break the high of this bearish candle. But the candle broke the low of this bearish candle. Now the body of this candle wants to continue to come down to fill this week. So we will need to ask ourselves, if this candle should continue to come down to get to our support zone, are we going to take a position? No, we don't need to take a position, because this candle has created with a wick like this. So let's measure from the high of this candle to our support zone. So from the high of this candle to our support zone, so we are looking at 200 pips. So according to your trading plan, is your trading plan telling you that from your entering position to your stop loss, you should set your stop loss at 200 pips? I don't think so. So, and this candle is left with 6 minutes before this candle needs to close. All we need to do is just for us to be patient. If this candle should decide, the body of this candle should decide to continue, let me say the body is here. If the body of the candle should decide to continue to come down to get to this support zone, I will not advise us for us to take a position. And if the body should also decide, and for you to tell us that there is volume in the market, for the body to continue to come down, I will not advise us for us to take a position. We need to wait until the close of this candle, because it's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. We have a trading plan. We know exactly what you're anticipating the market to give to us before we're able to take a position. So for now, we don't need to do anything. Let's wait and see. Because from the high of this candle to our support zone, we are looking at 200 pips. So and this candle is left with 5 minutes before the candle will close. So sometimes the candle can give you this type of market condition. So, but you must not open a position, because you know what you want and you know how you want it. We are not chasing the market. We have a plan. We are trading the market. So let's wait. We don't need to do anything. Let's wait for the close of this candle over here. Let's see what the next candle wants to do. This recent 30 minutes candle is left with 4 minutes before this candle needs to close. So the best thing is just for us to wait. Let's see what the market condition wants to do. because of how the market is looking. It shows that there is volume in the market. So since we have volume in the market, what do you want to do? Are you going to follow how the market is doing and just open a position? You don't need to do that. So we came to the market, we are done with our analysis, and then we have a plan, we have a trading plan. We know what our trading plan says, this is what we need to do. So all you need to do is just for you to be patient. You don't need to do anything. If the market is going up or if the market is coming down, you don't need to do anything. Since there is volume in the market, this candle, the body of this candle can decide to shoot down, like for it to get to our support zone. Don't do anything because we are not chasing it. We know exactly what we are expecting the market to give to us. So the best thing is just for us to wait. Let's see how this candle will close. If this candle will decide to close with a bearish candle, or if this candle will decide to close with a doji candle or a bullish candle. But this candle has created a long wick. So looking at the condition on how this market is, we don't need to do anything. The best thing is just for us to wait. So in the next 2 minutes time, this candle will close. Let's wait and see how this candle will close. And then for us to be able to anticipate what we want the next candle to print. Let's see if this candle will close with a bullish candle or a doji candle or a bearish candle. So we don't need to do anything. Let's see how this candle will close. We need to pay attention to the condition of the market. Then we'll be able to anticipate what we want the candle to give to us. This candle has closed with a doji candle. It has a very long wick at the top and a long wick at the bottom. So we need to ask ourselves, this recent 30 minutes candle, what this recent 30 minutes candle want to do. Let me adjust this. Let me delete this instead. Let me just delete it. Let me move this thing over here. So this candle decides to close back in this consolidation zone. Since from this resistance zone to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone, the body of this candle came down to break the low of this bearish candle over here, and then the body of the candle decided to come back to the entering position, by which the candle decided to go up, to the open of the candle, by which the body of the candle decided to go up, and then the body of the candle decided to come down. This candle created a wick at the top and created a wick at the bottom, and the candle decided to close with a doji candle. So it's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. So this next candle can decide to break the low or can decide to break the high, but we don't know. Since this candle closed in this consolidation zone, so all we need to do is just for us to be patient until we're able to see if this candle will break the high of this bullish candle, this doji candle, for it to continue to go up to break the high of this bearish candle and this bearish candle. So we don't need to do anything. Let's see how this candle wants to print. Since this candle, before this candle closed, it went up to form a bearish candle, went up to form a bullish candle, and decided to close like this. So let's see what this recent 30 minutes candle wants to do. But anyway, guys, in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to head off, but I'm going to be watching the chart just in case we are able to identify a structure. Since we are anticipating for a candle to break our resistance zone or for a candle to break our support zone, then we'll be able to anticipate for the next candle to break the high or for the next candle to break the low, then for it to continue to go up to our take profits or for it to continue to come down to our take profit in terms of we taking a buy or we taking a sell. So it's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it before we can decide to take a position. So we don't need to do anything. This candle can decide to close back, to close in this consolidation zone like this. Since from this resistance zone to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone, the body of this candle can decide to break the low of this doji candle for it to continue to come down to get to our support zone. It's very important for us to know what we want. But all I'm going to tell you guys is this: if a candle should break our resistance zone or our support zone, we need to ask ourselves, from the high of the candle to our support zone or from the low of the candle to our resistance zone, you need to measure from the low. Let me say, for example, let's say looking at the condition on how this market is at the moment, this is the open of the candle. Let's say if the body of this candle should decide to come down to get to our support zone, and then the body decided to create a wick like this. Decided to create a wick like this. So you need to ask yourself, from your trading plan, from the high of this candle over here, since this is the high of the candle, to our support zone, we are looking at 177 pips. So according to your trading plan, will you be able to put your stop loss here and take a position here since the body of this candle decided to come down to our support zone? I don't think so. So the best thing is just for you to wait for this candle to close. Then you'll be able to anticipate for the next candle to break the low of this candle for it to continue to come down. So let me also give you guys an example using our buy anticipation. So if this candle, let's say this is the recent candle, if the body of this candle should continue to go up to get to our resistance zone, are you going to take a position? No, because the low of this candle to our resistance zone, we are looking at 260 pips. So, and I don't think your stop loss from your entry position to your stop loss and from your trading plan says you need to put your stop loss at 260 pips. I don't think so. So it's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. So that means you are anticipating for the candle to close above this our resistance zone, then you'll be able to anticipate the next candle to break the high for it to continue to go up to, let me delete this, for the candle to continue to go up to this resistance zone over here. So for now, we don't need to do anything. I'll be watching how the market condition is printing. But from this resistance zone down to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. So we don't need to do anything until a candle should break our resistance zone or a candle should break our support zone before we can anticipate to take a position. So it's very important for us to know what we want. And we have a wick here. That means we are anticipating volume to push the bearish candle for it to continue to come down to fill this week over here. So it's best for us to know how we want the market. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to head off and I'm going to see you guys on Thursday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We don't usually do live stream tomorrow since our live stream is Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So I'm going to see you guys on Thursday. Always know what you want and how you want it. Don't take a position in this consolidation zone. Let's wait for the break of our resistance or for the break of our support. I'm going to see you guys on Thursday. See you guys. Bye for now.